Hi, I'm Janet Allen. I've been a member of St. Mark's for about 35 years, joining with my husband, who was baptized at St. Mark's. We've been involved in all sorts of ministries with the church. Right now, I'm serving in the role of lay leader. If you're not already regularly involved in the ministries of St. Mark's, I highly recommend it. It really is such a great way to delve more fully into God's kingdom on earth. Really. Even when it's time to herd some kids into a van for a mission trip, or join in a meeting to talk about church finances. One of the ministries I take part in is regular weekly Bible study. Pastor Emily is leading us in a study of the parables of Jesus, where we've been reminded of how Jesus starts these stories. The kingdom of heaven is like... In Matthew, Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is like yeast, which a woman took and hid in a bushel of wheat flour until the yeast had worked through all the dough. It's so interesting to be reminded that the true work of the kingdom is the yeast just doing what yeast does. The woman knew, and she did her part, but the kingdom of heaven is like yeast. Over the years, I've come to see this time of year, when we all join our financial commitments together, to be like the kingdom of heaven. We do our part with our prayers, presence, gifts, and service, and then we witness far more at work than any of us could have done on our own. Through the relationship building led by our pastors and staff, Martinez Elementary provided us with a place of worship when we needed it, and we provided books for children to read and to learn. When our leaders let us know that street-dependent young people thrived at a regular family-style meal and that some cooks would be welcome and appreciated, a band of kitchen angels gathered around a stove and have done so every week. When our pastors pointed out connections and joy that could be found in our neighbors, some of whom are farmers who became neighbors by way of the Democratic Republic of Congo, we were given the opportunity to hear their stories and help them start their own farm to support their families. When we expand our work with children through the CDC and summer programs, we get songs and drawings and the echo of children shouting yes when Pastor Emily asks children if they will teach their newly baptized friend about Jesus. When we are giving to St. Mark's and taking part in the ministries of St. Mark's, we get to have the experience of watching this financial gift become part of God's work in the world. Yeast being yeast, which really only works when it's mixed in there and allowed its time to do what it does. So I'm inviting you to roll up your sleeves and join in. Make a commitment to yourself and to God to make your contribution. Get involved and watch what happens.